I've probably heard not less than 50, 60 no's. But then again, you have to be agile, you have to believe in yourself, you have to be vigilant, and you have to be persistent and patient. We want to help people track and protect their assets. It's not just a tool for you to manage, but to understand your finances, to understand where you are, and at least to plan where do you want to go.
Well, you've had an impressive career, moving from leadership roles at Nestle and Procter and Gamble to founding Mine and co-founding Zero&One, an AWS premier partner. What inspired these transitions and how have they shaped your leadership style?
Well, I've spent some good time in corporate, and these opportunities either come by chance or people go after them. After spending almost 14 years in corporate, the first startup experience was actually not Zero&One and not mine. I was talking to a friend, and he knew a friend coming from the States that has deep experience in cloud kitchens. And we spoke together, and it was like hiring a team of Ocean's 11 movie. We spoke together. One guy spoke to the other, and we formed a team of let's say seven top professionals, each experienced in his field, and we launched a cloud kitchen startup, a private label multi-brand cloud kitchen startup. We raised $60 million from Delivery Hero, and we launched in the UAE, Kuwait, and Saudi. I was the regional CEO, and I had to learn everything from scratch. I had to go back from being sitting in a corporate. I was the general manager of Nestle. I had to unlearn and learn and get a new experience in action. And this required you to be really flexible, required you to be humble, required you to really step backwards to understand a new business, but also to map out the value chain that is very new to you. I think we spent 2 3 years. We scaled UAE, we scaled Kuwait, we were opening Saudi, and we were doing at some point 10,000 orders per day. It was a great experience. We learned a lot. Along the way, there was definitely us seeing differently in the leadership team and trying to come close to how the business is from a strategy perspective, how we deal business, delivery fees, and all of that. But all in all, it was a great experience.
The Middle East and North African region is rapidly evolving in tech and fintech. What trends do you believe will define the next 5 years?
All right. So before going to the trends, I'll talk about the Middle East. We are in a place where things are growing fast and evolving. And the Middle East, specifically, let's talk about UAE and Saudi. Start with UAE, is a country that has been helping the whole ecosystem grow from many angles, whether it's business setup and the presence of accelerators and incubators, the presence of VCs and family offices and investors, and the presence of ecosystem partners and builders. The whole soil is very strong for founders to jump on and build, start, and scale, you know? And we are fortunate to be in the UAE for that. And we see it, when you talk with other friends in other countries. I'm not talking about Europe and the US, but I'm talking about the Middle East now or other countries in the Gulf. You see that Dubai and Saudi now are really ahead, you know, and it's great. And it's great for founders, it's great for businesses. And you will also see it in big companies. Most of the big companies around the world, or big corporates or multinationals, have legs in the region, either headquarters or either big offices. So, from one angle, the UAE and Saudi now are the right place to be for startups because the opportunity is there. We are now in a place where we are also connected and tech has evolved. So we have to ride on that. Now, from a trends perspective, there's three things I could talk about. One is the rise of AI. I think now AI is a buzzword. People talk about it, and some people don't understand it, but still, it is on everyone's tongue. I believe businesses are having problems really or getting on board with AI because it needs skills, it needs AI skills, it needs a team, and it needs also understanding use cases. So it is a buzzword. It is something that will reshape the way we look at businesses. But there is a challenge which I told you about, which is how people get on board, you know. And with Zero&One, for example, we have created a solution for that. And other companies are doing it, but we believe now, as the first Gen AI competent partner in the region, we are solving that. We created a program called BRAIN, Building Responsible AI Narratives. And this program is aimed to help startups, companies, scale ups understand their AI ecosystem. And it is under three sub verticals: prepare, proof, productize. Prepare is where we do a workshop and we help our customers build their AI use cases. And this is a great first step. Now, you have to be data ready for sure. You have to have the right data architecture. You have to have the right data architecture from end to end for AI and machine learning to be taking place, you know? So maybe even you have to be on the cloud. So put that aside. If you have already done that, we help you identify your AI use cases and we vet them from technical feasibility, cost feasibility, and all of that. And after this map of use cases, we help you proof it, where basically proof of concept, and then productize it. And that oftentimes we can fund it now. And this is great because we are helping customers go from, okay, what is AI? How do I start? With starting and at least getting one use case ready.
If you could give one key piece of advice to aspiring entrepreneurs or leaders, what would it be?
This is a tough question. I would go back to being persevere. You know, perseverance in this space is super important. Believing in yourself and being persevere. Perseverance is not being stubborn. Perseverance is, you know what, believing and giving yourself the right breath. I would say breadth and depth of energy to continue driving and doing, even though there are doors closing in front of you. It will allow you to create locks along the way to open these doors, and one lock will create another lock. It's like you are gaining an invisible hand that allows you to unlock these things, and it doesn't come just like that. You have to hear a no, understand why the no is there, and hear another no and understand why, and build and update and upgrade and elevate, and then go to the third person with these two no's that would allow you to get closer to a yes. Even if you didn't get a yes, now you are even closer. So you have to understand that this part is integral and it's part of your learning curve and it's part of your journey. And you shouldn't let it first demotivate you or stray you from what you are doing. Be persevere, have perseverance, have determination, believe in yourself, and continue driving. And see the flags around you. You know, if the flags are there, of you know what, this guy is listening, this guy is understanding. Okay, what's the next step from there? Understanding, talking to another guy that also understands what I'm doing. So this is the first one. The second one, networking should be in your DNA. Because in the end of the day, if you want to expand, let's say raise or get to know ecosystem partners, counting on already what you have as a network will not be enough. It will be driven also by a strong effort to know and get to know new people. And oftentimes you have to actually talk to your friends and expand it. Can you introduce me to this guy? Can you introduce me to this VC? And if they say, and even at times when they are busy, follow up, you know, no, hey man, listen, I wanted to get to know this guy and you know him. Can you introduce me? And you will see that people are busy. A connection that you wanted today, you got to know in 1 month, but it's okay. And because you have to also look inward, sometimes you are busy, sometimes you wanted to introduce someone to someone, but then their calendars, your calendars, and the other person's calendars are not coinciding. So be patient and continue driving and get to where you want, even if it looks harder than what it is.
Great advice. Duly noted. Karim, you've already had an incredible career. I hope you know that, but I also understand you're just getting started. You have a long road ahead of you. Join mine.com and 0and1.me. We'll put the links in the show notes for this episode. Is there anything else that you wanted to touch on, or anywhere else you'd like to point out our audience?
Well, you know what? Check what we're doing. I think that these two companies are going somewhere for sure. Connect with me. Let me know if you have questions. Let me know if there is anything else you would like to know about my personal experience or about the offerings that we have in Zero&One and mine. Mine now is in a place that hopefully we want to create impact to the community we live in, to the people we live in. And there is a north star of enhancing financial well-being, right? And we want to be a player in that. We want to help people track and protect their assets. In this region, we don't have personal taxes. We're not as forward-looking as in Europe and in the States. And sometimes we don't plan ahead as we should. So mine comes in this value chain to help you really look at your finances, understand it, but also protect it and safeguard your wealth for your families. The second part is that mine is sitting in to enhance financial well-being also to the employees in big corporates. So for the corporates that want to give back to their employees, reach out to me and we will really position mine as a tool that help your employees with financial well-being, whether it's track, grow, and protect. We know health and wealth are big in corporate agendas. So reach out and we will have a play with you to give mine to your employees, at least for all of them as a community or a sub community, to elevate their financial knowledge and as well to start safeguarding and protecting their wealth from end to end. So I'm happy to have spoken with you, David. It was lovely on this podcast, and thank you for having me.
Thank you for your time. It was a pleasure as well.